Alright, this is the first of a series that I want to start simply because I need to prove that I actually am connected to Tesla. And also because I remember perusing through the Reddit on spirit science, and one person, I can't remember exactly his name, anyway, he said that he wanted proof. But even before then, I wanted to make a mini series anyways. So, I decided to start off with about Tesla's Afterlife, and it's, well, you're about to see for yourself. And mind you, what you're about to see is Tesla's emotions run through me. So, it's going to get interesting. So, try to bear with me. Well, before I died, one thing that really got to me was around the time that Warden Cliff was taken down, and how basically I've lost funding from many of my associates. Not to mention that for up until my death, at least 20 years later, in 43, I literally had to isolate myself simply because I could provide the world what I wanted to provide it. I wanted the system was against me, and as an inventor that had a grand vision, my dream was just crushed. I knew that I had to prepare something for the future. Right as I felt myself lose life on my deathbed, not only did I see myself go towards the light, I also felt a pressure along my neck and along my chest as the breath escaped me as if it was my last. Right as I went up to the light, I needed to come back just to see what all there was, and literally right as I came back, I looked at my safe. It was broken into, contents taken, and I briefly got a look of a couple of men running off with my stuff. I was already depressed, along with how my madness got to me. That's how the death ray came out. I just wanted to prove to the world that I still had something left in me. But everybody, including the scientific community, even turned against me. Not only that, in the afterlife, he was even worse. The higher self punished me for my arrogance and not keeping track of my patents, my inventions, because they were used by the Germans in World War I and II. And amongst other things, I was forced to watch as the world that I wanted to light up fell into chaos in many areas. The worst of which was the atomic explosions. All those screams, all the mutations, the radiation. It was terrifying. I knew my death ray would be effective to some extent, but I didn't imagine the atomic bomb being so terrible. I couldn't do anything. I was forced to watch. the corruption and greed of the world that I couldn't help. Thank you, Brad. but that wasn't, well, I was told that at least 70 years up until I was able to communicate with my reincarnations. Brad's one of them. He's one of at least 3 or more known incarnates. We were supposed to have met, at least from what the higher self told me, we were supposed to have met in 2013. Though the one thing that gave me hope was that Brad saw me as a brilliant inventor. That at least gave a spark in my heart, but he didn't realize that he was connected to me in spirit. I tried to get to him, but I couldn't do it directly. I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. When he started, and then 5 months ago, when he was going through an awakening process, I found some renewed hope that he would find me. The other past lives got to him first. It wasn't until one of his spirit clones came to me in the Akashic Records. It wasn't entirely him, but he said that there's at least 6 to 7, maybe even 8 others that were separated from the main version of him. The real him was still stuck on Earth, trapped in a cage inside of his mind, and he couldn't control himself. I couldn't do anything simply because he has to know that I'm connected to him. Otherwise, I can't say anything. It was hard watching him mentally suffer, and I couldn't do anything. He did see me, mind you, but he didn't know who exactly I was, which really it took so long. I didn't know what to do. Oh, fuck me. Oh, man. Hold up a second. Holy shit. Yeah. Tesla went through hell. And yes, he was right how I also went through hell. Woo! But hey, he's not done talking yet. There's just one more thing. I just need to... Alright, give me a minute. Well, once the day came that he found out the connection, not only did I feel relief, I felt like I was free. I showed him the Tesla coils that I created back in the 1890s or 1880s, one of the two. I sometimes lose myself with dates because it's been so long. But I showed him Wondercliff, I showed him Niagara Falls, the people I've met with, Twain, some of the women that I've talked to. But so there's one thing that Brad has done that very few very few people can claim to say that they've done to me, with me at least. He was actually able to understand me. That was my biggest flaw of all back when I was alive, was that people just didn't understand me. At least the full scope of what I wanted to pass on. But Brad was able to read me like a book, and I just couldn't believe it. It was something that I just, yeah, he was, he literally just, he, it's still hard to put into words how not only happy but also relieved that he was able to connect with me. And wow, like, truly. Wait, there's more. Give me a minute. I'll leave off with this one last thing. Back when I made a statement that the inventors of my time were only focused in the now while I was focusing on the future. One thing that I kind of kept to myself, simply because people would think that I would just be absolutely loony. And the reason why I wanted to connect to Brad so much within the 4 years after 2013 was him and I made history. We communicated through the Akashic Records, mind you. Without a doubt, we both communicated through time. He literally went back to the 1880s just so he can talk to me. He brought back not just my memories and my inventions, mind you. Like, even as he reads about me, he's able to just understand. He was able to read through my poeticism. And I'm just... You should have seen the look on his face when he found out that I was connected to him. Not only was I happy, but he was ecstatic beyond recognition, and that is all I could ask for an Incarnate. And with that being said, he will change the world, because he will most definitely surpass me, along with the generation that resides with him on his side. Oh, that's on his side, mind you. If you really, like, another way of putting it, while I was waiting for him to meet me, I just felt like a rotting apple just being squished by a sledgehammer day by day, just waiting. Now that we've made the connection, I'm more than happy. I will make this man rich. You have no idea what Brad knows. Within the past 2 months even, he learned my mind lab. And he even came up with a mind studio for some of his soul splits that he created, that he puts strictly from beatboxing music. Even I had to put up a little bit of a barrier around that studio, because they were blaring so loud, because the medium that he a subconscious medium that he's created to work with me, like him, like both of us had to we were both kind of annoyed, but at the same time, well, let's just say that there's much in store for to come, and you have no idea how much I'm looking forward to working with this man, because not only does he deserve it more than anybody can imagine, but he's one of the very few that, it's like a son that I've never had, or a brother that I've never been able to connect with. The tree of life. I couldn't ask for anyone better. I mean, mind you, his friend has also has a soul fragment of me, but he just kind of scoffs at it and just doesn't really seem to care much. Then again, he already knows enough, so he doesn't really seem to care. Which is why I'm more than happy to work with Brad, simply because he is one of the most compassionate souls that I've had that I've been able to meet, more so than any of the businessmen that I've had to work with. And he's way smarter than most of you realize. Anyways, I think I've said enough. I don't want to dry out Brad's eyelids from all my tears, so I'll just end it at that. Whew. Anyways, I'll bring more videos to you. The next video that we're going to be going across is going to be talking about ether and how it connects to the spirit, and a few other things that I've yet to think about right now. So, anyways, I really hope that you've taken Tesla's words into consideration, because you have no idea how long he's been wanting to share with the world with this information. And to put it in perspective, I can understand his wireless energy transmission and the possibility of multidimensional travel with the spirit connected to body. But that'll be saved for later. Anyways, ciao for now.